And welcome back to Crypto Hulk channel. Today, 136 banks in the United States. 136 of them. All of a sudden now, I thought crypto was bad, 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 bad for all these years, but now it's good, 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 good. Told you. I've been telling you this for 3 years. Back when I was just starting off in crypto, and all the news media is just crypto's bad. But now all of a sudden, the governments are adopting it, and it's good. Very interesting. We're going to talk about this today. I got evidence to show that 136 banks are engaging in what's called planning crypto activity. Oh, wow. What about Elizabeth Warren saying we need to shut it all down and it's bad and it's dangerous? Oh, man, God, yes. Pedro Miguel Santos Sousa. Miru. Hello, I'm at work and listening. Some people commute, they drive to work and listen to the show. They're smarter by the time they get home. Crypto bad, crypto bad. Then it'll be crypto good, crypto good. Oh, you'll see it. You'll see it. It's happening as we speak. Everything that I've been saying for years is coming true. Called all the shots, man. So my name's Crypto Hulk, not a financial advisor. I'm not a financial advisor. Not a crypto advisor, none of that shit. Everything I say is a complete lie. Yeah. I have zero evidence for anything. Every article I have here is photoshopped, by the way. It's fake. And I'd be the worst person to give financial advice. I'm currently living in a broke down motorhome. Okay, I think you get the point. Yeah, please file a Better Business Bureau complaint. You can go on to my show. If you look at the bottom left, if you drop down on that, I'll give you the directions for contacting the Better Business Bureau. If you have any kind of problems with this channel, it's just we have reoccurring problems for 3 years. So now I need assistance because you can't call YouTube at all. Like there's nobody there to answer the phone. This and that. One of the richest organizations in the world, and they can't have a human resource department to help you. It's called customer service. It's something this platform does not have. It's amazing. And a lot of companies are going that way where you shit on the customer, you have some little website where you help yourself and all that, which doesn't help at all. Yeah, and they'll still take your money, by the way. But on this channel, they bust you down and bust me down and everybody so the other fake channels can make them money. That's how this platform works. I'm supposed to be a YouTube business partner. Oh, really? I can't. Why can I not get a hold of anybody? How is that being a business partner? See, they use that name, but it doesn't mean it in reality. Okay. Dan Glick says the only show on YouTube to listen to thank you, Hulkster. Yeah, they got Jeff L. Howdy, Hulk. So let's start in on this. Let me show you where we're going. What I'm going to show you is how the banks are creeping in. They're creepy. But the banks are creeping into crypto. All these years, they wouldn't tell you a thing, right? I went to my bank 3 years ago. They had no clue about crypto and stuff. So I pulled my money out of whatever I had invested in Wells Fargo because the guy couldn't tell me anything about crypto. I said, how are you going to help me get rich in the future? You don't even know about crypto right now. It's like, when are you going to tell me to invest in crypto when I can't afford it? But that's how it goes. There's your link. Here's the title of this article. FDIC says 100 and, excuse me, I'm hiccuping. It always happens when I get on the show. I don't know. The FDIC says 136 banks are engaging and planning crypto activities. This is the Federal Deposit telling us this, not some news channel. According to the FDIC, 136 banks are involved in crypto assets or are planning it. This includes Oh my God, listen to this. The banks are getting ready. The government's letting us know. This is the one channel where you're going to hear it. The banks are enabling customers to buy or sell cryptocurrencies. Ooh, somebody stop me. Or providing services to crypto asset exchanges. Are we hearing this correctly? Yes, that's directly from the FDIC. But crypto's not going anywhere. Okay, that's a person who's going to be wrecked. I don't have time to learn about this crypto stuff. I'm a single person. I got kids and da da da. Okay, you're going to be totally fucking destroyed then. But you got time to watch the Kardashians to see what's the latest dumb shit going on there, but you don't have 30 minutes to watch this show each day to learn how to be rich. Okay, makes great fucking sense, mom, dad, whatever. Last week, the FDIC's Office of Inspector General, that's a big fucking deal, released its annual report on the key challenges facing the FDIC. Supervising the risk posed by digital assets is one of 9 concerns. Oh, God, yes, the risk of digital assets. It highlighted the digital asset volatility risk, citing Silvergate Bank as an example. No, Silvergate, I'm not going to get into Silvergate. That's a bunch of fucking scam people. About 90% of its deposit base related to digital asset customers. They fucked up, didn't they? And there was a drawdown from around 11.9 billion. See, the problem with all this is the government, since 2008-9, when Bitcoin hit the scene, our government has done nothing with crypto. Notice that? You want to know what the real problem is? Our government has made no crypto laws or rules. Look at the United States Code. I used to work for the Department of Justice. There's nothing in there defining what is a crypto, what is state. There's nothing in there at all. There's all kinds of things about carjacking and robbery and rape and corporate fraud, and there's nothing in there about guidance or whatever. There's no cryptocurrency laws. That's their fault. The reason we've had all these problems, it's our fucking government's fault. We don't have government leaders. You've heard the term, that's one of our government leaders. We don't have any government leaders. We have a bunch of kissing up, bribed dumb fucks running the United States. That's what we have. Let me continue. Silvergate Bank sold 5.2 billion in debt securities. They lost 700 million. Damn shame, but of course our government allowed all this to happen. So volatility risks for banks was one of the issues mentioned by the FDIC in the Office of the Inspector General report. It reiterated the digital asset risks mentioned in the January warning. Conflicts of interest. Conflicts of interest were highlighted in the Office of the Inspector General report. The Office of the Government Ethics introduced a rule last year around June for employees holding crypto. Okay, so the Office of Inspector General found that we're going to have a problem because if people in the government own crypto, they're going to be biased towards making laws and rules. So that's one of the issues. The FDIC extended this guidance to say that if an employee holds an Ethereum crypto, then they can only be involved in stuff that doesn't be involved. That's going to cause a problem in the banking industry. So let me see. We're just about done with this report. They just said the whole FTX thing is really causing concern for the FDIC. So that is our first article. Let's go back to the beginning. What the FDIC is trying to do right now. So I'm letting you know the future. It's very simple. They're telling us here because there's already 136 banks that are going to enable customers to buy and sell crypto and have access to exchanges. That's pretty much the summation of this article. It's very positive. It doesn't give us a date, but at least we know that this is happening right now. It's all unfolding. Okay. So that's tremendously positive news. What's also positive is it looks like Juan Rodriguez gave a donation. Thank you for that. It's a little Japanese warrior chipmunk. Uh, Jake Little. Things seem to be moving faster now. Let's get some money. Don't copy it. I'm talking about money. Juan says, what would you say to a 24-hour glitch right before the fix collapse in November that showed Binance? You know, look, there's channels out there that deal with all this stuff. Oh, this person said that. Oh, this person gave a hand signal the other day. It's the 22nd of this date. It just happened in 1742. That's on the 22nd of the same. See what I'm saying? I don't get mixed up in that dumb shit. These other channels will go with it. Why? Because it sounds crazy. They can get a lot of views, so they just carry the stories. Oh, did you notice what shirt this person was wearing? Dude, I report news, and then I let you decide what you think it means. Okay, I don't report dumb shit that happens with the Kardashians, and I always bring them up because somehow people think that show's important. Alrighty then. The next article we're going over is with the BIS, and that's very, very important. Bank of International Settlements. They envision, let me give you this article. These are powerhouses. The story I just gave you, the FDIC, that's major. This one here with the BIS, it's major. Now, again, I don't have dates, but at least I want you to know in the future what's going to happen so you can predict your future. That's what we do on this channel. That's what I've been doing for 3 years is predict the future. The head of the BIS envisions a unified ledger. Oh my God. Let's stop right with there. I can't even get through the title. The Bureau of International Settlements envisions a unified ledger for CBDCs, tokenized deposits, and digital assets. This is so major. What's the unified ledger? Well, back in 2013, maybe 12, I think it was 12, Ripple, the company, gave the World Wide Web the XRP ledger. That's pretty amazing. That's what they're talking about here. They're trying to pretend like they don't know what it is, when in fact they know damn well exactly that ledger is already gifted to the world. So what they're doing now is they're prepping you. They're prepping you for the idea that, gee, one day we'll have this unified ledger when we already have it. See? Oh, but Crypto Hulk, all you do is read articles. I could do that on my own. Crypto Hulk, just give me the title of the article and I can go read it and find it on my own. Wow, we dumb. Talking in Singapore today. Oh, this guy here, Augustin Carsons, the general manager of the BIS, spoke about a unified ledger that supports central bank currency. So Augustin Carson, I want you to imagine this. The fucking games that they're playing right now is amazing. I love it. The reason I love it is because I already know, you already know, and we're watching all the actors pretend. That's what Hollywood is. It's so fake. You pay people millions of dollars to pretend. Like they make fake programs and we pay them money through commercials or buying a movie ticket. I mean, it's fucking brilliant. The biggest faker that you can be, you make more money. So the more unreal in Hollywood you can be, you make more money. And the most real you are, people don't want to watch. Same thing on YouTube. So talking in Singapore, this guy who's head of the BIS, it's the bank of all banks, the Bank of International Settlements. So he spoke about a unified ledger. What's his exact words? A unified ledger that supports central bank digital currency. Now, what ledger could that be? Because he's talking about like we should have something like this. Yeah. It also tokenizes deposits. See, this is where we get rich. When you tokenize everything in the world. See, they're telling us now, people aren't listening, except you guys. They're laying out how it's going to go down. People out there in the real world have no fucking clue what I'm talking about right now. So he's talking about things in the world tokenizing. That's how you get to $100,000 XRP. I don't know what XLM will be and stuff. Whatever cryptos we talk about in this program, get any one of them and you'll be rich. Okay. But I just stick with the three X's. But anyhow, this guy who's in charge of all the banks of the world is talking about a unified ledger. If we just had one, and then we could tokenize everything in the world, and the banks could do da 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 da. That would be a great. We already have that. He's not mentioning we already have that. Okay, he's prepping everybody and getting everybody used to that. Well, yeah, we should have a. Meanwhile, he's stalling. It's a stall tactic while all the banks are getting ready together, while all the poor countries that we have in the world are getting ready with this crypto. He's the stall tactic, along with Jay Clayton and Gary Gensler, the stall tactic kings, distracting people's looking, having them look to the left, well, my left, when they should be looking over here at the Crypto Hulk channel. I'm keeping everybody so far in advance that when shit happens, I'm not surprised because I've been expecting all this. I've been telling people for 3 years all these things I've been saying. And each year it comes true. The next year, the stuff I said the year before that comes true. All of it does, okay? Because it's fucking simple. When I read this stuff off, just learn it. That's all you got to do. In the middle of in the middle of last year, the BIS released a paper along similar lines. The unified ledger concept. Oh my God, liar, liar, pants off. Here they go. The BIS released a paper last year, and it's like the unified ledger concept sounds similar to Citi, which is Citibank, Ripple partner. So the BIS released a paper, and they said, "Gee, it would be great if we had a unified ledger." Now Citibank had a similar paper that came out as well. Now I'm going. Citibank is a Ripple partner. I don't have the link to that. I've shown that the other day. But let me continue, which has now interest. So Citibank puts out a paper. It talks about a unified ledger, and now all of a sudden the Federal Reserve is interested in Citibank's idea. Wow, this is so fake. Ripple gives the world a unified ledger. Probably what, 10 years ago? 10 years ago, they've been building and working on it. And now, just now, all of a sudden they're saying, wouldn't it be nice if we had a unified ledger? I'm like, wow, wouldn't it be nice if you fucking told the truth? That you've been working on this shit for 10 years, and now all of a sudden, so now all of a sudden the New York Federal Reserve is interested. Now Swift is interested. Ripple partner, I've already shown the evidence. BNY Mellon, it says here, is interested. Ripple partner, BNY Mellon. I've showed at least 5 times this week. Wells Fargo, Ripple partner. HSBC. I'm going to say Ripple partner, but they've sure had a lot of Ripple executives go to HSBC to help them, but they're not partners. Okay, HSBC is a partner. This next paragraph reads, Carstens was upbeat about the blockchain features such as smart contracts that support programmability. Yes, because Augustin Carstens wants to control your money. So he likes programmable money. Of course he's upbeat. The ability to build complex solutions from someone else's work. So let's see what else. Programmability, decentralized. That was mainly the bulk of what I wanted to show you here. Singapore Ripple back triangle. What is all this? Okay. I've got links to everything that I was saying. I do have the links actually. We'll go over those in just a minute. So remember the different. I talk about Swift and these different companies and stuff. Um, I'm going to talk about stable. Let me check some comments, and then I'm going to start dropping all the proof right here in a minute. Richard K. Tokenize the SEC 500 trillion per ether. I don't know. Not quite getting that one, but you could, I guess, token ether, but it's not going to be that valuable. Anyone else still using Coinbase? I'm working, but that headline is quite a punch to the face. So let's go back to. I know we just got done talking about the FDIC. I want to show you that, and it mentioned the Federal Reserve. So since it does that, here's my first line of proof. Former Ripple advisor, oh really, Michael Barr, will supervise the Federal Reserve. Oh, but Crypto Hulk, how is that possible? Ripple's in a lawsuit. That must mean they're bad. So how does a Ripple executive go from working at Ripple over to the Federal Reserve? You got to figure that one on yourself, genius. So we got that one there. Let's go. So now this is just for new people. This one we've seen a lot before with the country of Singapore. A lot of stuff's going on with Singapore. Singapore just happens to be a Ripple partner. And they do that. Ripple's able to move money all throughout Asia due to them owning 40% of this company, Tranglo. Ripple owns 40% of Tranglo, which moves money all throughout Asia and all the Cambodia and all that. Tranglo is like the key that gets in all the doors. And we got here with Singapore again. We have a BNY Mellon tie-in. I want you to just see again. Yeah, the government of Singapore is tied right in with Ripple. I don't care about no lawsuit. That shit doesn't even make sense. Citibank. So now to go back to the article we were reading about, here's Citibank. You got Augustin Carsons of the Bank of International Settlements talking about a unified ledger. Citibank comes in, talks about a unified ledger, and oh, what a great idea. Well, what's great about this whole thing is that Citibank is a partner with Ripple, and they use something called Volante. So Citibank's a Ripple partner right there. It mentions Swift in that article, and they are all for a unified ledger, aren't they? Yeah, I bet they are because they're Ripple partners as well. Here's an article, the IBIS. They're a company. The IBIS made something called Swiss Route, and they're using a Ripple partner called Finastra. That's right here on the first sentence. It says the Swiss Route service has been developed by IBIS Management Associates with Finastra. I don't have the link here. I've shown it before. Finastra is a Ripple partner. So therefore, IBIS is using a Ripple partner, and it's showing a big Ripple logo. I'm looking at an IBIS page, and there's a big old Ripple with the blue dots and stuff on there. So obviously, the Swiss route's connected to Ripple. What does Swiss route do? It connects the world to Swift using Finastra. Very awesome. So that's what Swiss route is. You could read this later and find out what it's talking about. But That's oh, they changed they changed the website. But okay. So there's your tie-in with there with Swift. Now, earlier in that article with the Bureau of Bank of International Settlements, it mentioned Wells Fargo, and I told you that Wells Fargo was a Ripple partner. There's that. So the BIS is saying, yeah, you got Swift saying this is a great idea to have unified ledger. Wells Fargo saying it's a great idea. So here you got Ripple partner and Wells Fargo collaborating on Swift replacement. So there you have this article talk about Wells Fargo's working with Swift to maybe get rid of. I mean, Wells Fargo's working with Ripple to maybe get rid of Swift. So there's a definite partnership right there. You know, it talked about Household Savings Bank in that article. Let's go down to here. There's your next link. The title is Household Savings Bank Corp taps former Ripple CEO. This article is from like 6 years ago. 6 years ago, what do we have? Chris Larson? Chris Larson, 6 years ago, leaves Ripple to work at one of the world's biggest banks. What do you think he went there for? I'm going to tell you, he went to work for HSBC to get him hooked up with RippleNet and XRP ODL 6 years ago. 6 years ago, they've been working together. Now, they don't want to come out and admit they actually have a relationship. They want to keep this thing private and in the closet, okay? But, I mean, think about it, dude. It's just, you get a CEO, the top guy at Ripple goes to work at HSBC, and they don't have a relationship, the two companies. I call bullshit on that one. But nonetheless, lastly, with the Bank of International Settlements, we have HSBC, which they mentioned is all for the unified ledger, and so is Swift, all about the unified ledger, right? The reason they're so for it is because they're working with, look right here, last article to show you. HSBC executive and a Swift board member quit and go to work for Ripple. This is only 7 years ago. 7 years ago. Now we have proof that HSBC from like day one, and then Swift from day one, they go to work for Ripple. But Crypto Hulk, we don't see any official announcements. Well, that's where your fucking brain comes in, Einstein. Well, I mean, hopefully you got one. But you see what's going on? This is how they unofficially work together. You just have the top CEOs quit and they go back and forth to each of these companies. You don't need to officially announce anything. You want to keep everybody in the dark. That's why this channel comes in, flips on the fucking light switch and lets you see it. The good, bad, and the ugly, right? So there's no surprises on Crypto Hulk channel. We know where this goes. I don't care what the article earlier said. Swift's not being replaced. Swift's not going anywhere, okay? Hulkstradamus has a huge brain. I don't know about that. But okay, where are we at? 28 minutes, pretty much about 30. That's pretty good. So what we just saw transpire in front of our eyes is you have the head of the banks of all the world. We had actually two articles. The first one was the FDIC talking about banks are going to be selling crypto. That's not a big deal, right? Next article was the BIS, the bank. So another bank, but this is the bank of all the banks in the world, telling us that what we need is a unified ledger. Gee, I wonder, you see what I'm talking about? These people crack me up. But it feels good to be on this program to know that we're years ahead of everything and we can see it happening from a mile away. That'll do it for this program today, and I'll see you all. Probably make another one today. I don't know exactly when that'll be.